Hey Broncos fans, welcome into Luther Nick Jeralds Stadium on the Broncos Sports Network for Week 5 of the Pigskin Press Talk as the Broncos get ready to host the Chowan Hawks coming off of the Week 4 game against Virginia Union. I'm Andrew Chapman, joined as usual by the head coach Richard Hayes, wide receiver Barry Elliott in the house, as well as defensive end Cameron Merrill, a couple of the Broncos Week 4 winners, the wide receiver of the week in Barry and defensive lineman of the week presented by Food Lion in the CIAA for Week 4. Guys, thanks for taking the time. And we got a little bit of a short week this week. Hurricane Ian coming up the Florida coast. Some rain expected in the Fayetteville area this weekend. So we moved Saturday's game up to Thursday, so a little bit of an NFL schedule. Short week as the Broncos get ready to play. And guys, let's first look back at last week's close one against Virginia Union, 31-28. It was really one of the more thrilling games we've had at Nick Jeralds Stadium for the last couple of seasons. And Coach, I know the big thing for you is making sure that in a tight game like that, your guys are playing 4 quarters. And talking to you after the game, it seemed like you were pretty proud with the way the guys stuck in there throughout that one.
Yes, was really pleased with the guys' effort. We had a game plan. We, for the most part, executed our game plan. The turnover bug hit us a little bit and kind of hurt us a little bit. But other than that, I felt like the guys really came out and really competed really hard against a really good football team.
Barry, 4 wide receivers caught touchdowns, spreading the love in that game, and Kahari Lane and Avery McCall were getting everybody involved. Yours was a 42-yard touchdown catch in the back corner of the end zone. And how'd the whole group of wide receivers feel as a unit after that game? Of course, you want to win, but still, it was nice to see everybody get involved.
Yeah, it was really just a long time coming. We've been waiting to get the passing game started for the past couple games now. We just finally got some good positivity out of the last game. We was all excited for it, though, for sure.
How's it feel to get that award at the end of the week as well? A little bit of recognition for 102 yards and a touchdown in that game.
I didn't really think it was that big of a deal at first when I did it, but I'm definitely surprised and grateful for it, for sure.
And Cam, of course, you brought home some hardware as well, defensive lineman of the week for Week 4 in the CIAA, and had a big sack in the third quarter that helped keep you guys in front at the time. And how'd you feel about your performance and getting some recognition yourself at the end of the week?
Yes, sir. Our performance as a whole, as a defense, we performed well. Just have to work on finishing the game at a high level where we start and working on that.
The conference this year, Coach, is getting a little interesting, and especially in the North Division. You guys still have a path at this point, a game against Shaw later this year to get that top spot in the South, but a little bit of a change in coaching staff at Bowie State. Virginia Union putting up some of the top numbers offensively in the conference right now. When you look forward at the schedule to come, and obviously you guys got to focus on the South, do you feel like the North might have a little bit of a change into the guard? The picture of the conference is starting to look a little bit different right now.
It's too early to determine that. Virginia Union still has to play Virginia State and Bowie. That's normally their end of the year gauntlet they have to run through, just like we have to go through Shaw and Winston-Salem State. So it's a whole lot of football left to be played, and we're excited, and we're going to take it 1 week at a time.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious about the dynamics of a couple of your guys' plays last week against Virginia Union. Barry, your touchdown catch pretty much caught you in stride. It couldn't have really been placed much better from Kahari. And when a ball is coming your way like that, and you really don't have to break stride at all and bring it, that's got to be a good feeling as a wide receiver.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is.
Yeah, and Cam, what's the main dynamic for you when it comes to sacking the quarterback or getting into the backfield? Is there something that happens within the first couple seconds on the line that makes a play perfect for you?
Yeah, just making sure I get off the ball fast and making sure we are relaying the call, we are communicating, and just make the play at the end.
Coach, the quarterback dynamic is getting interesting with the Broncos too right now. It seems like you have 2 different guys that can really work for you under center depending on what the game script is, with Kahari Lane being more your pure passer, but then if you have a lot of pressure coming from a defensive front, then maybe you can bring in the more mobile Avery McCall. All your different quarterbacks have been getting looks the last couple of weeks. Do you think that's something that you'll continue to do over the course of the year, is using those different quarterbacks in different spots?
Well, we went into the year knowing we had 2 very dynamic and very different quarterbacks. But as the year goes on and as the game plans continue, we don't plan to play 2 or 3 quarterbacks every game. It just kind of happens that way. Kahari's been dealing with some injuries. Avery struggled a little bit against Wingate, and then we tried to give Caden Davis an opportunity to get his feet wet. So really pleased with all of their progress so far, and we're just going to play it by ear each and every week.
As we mentioned, we got a short week now coming up. Chowan Hawks into town, but Thursday, 7 o'clock instead of the originally Saturday scheduled game due to the incoming rain over the weekend. How's that change game preparation for you, Coach? You up late, a little more late at night now watching film?
A little bit later. Our normal practice routine is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we feel like we're gonna miss that Thursday practice. We'll get a walkthrough in tomorrow morning, but we'll be prepared. We'll be prepared for the game.
And not to say Barry's not working hard, but I know Cam, especially after these games, you're the one that's really picking up a lot of bruises. A little extra time in the ice tub immediately after the game. So, how's the recovery like for you, knowing that after that tough game on Saturday, you got to go out there and play, 4 or 5 days later?
Great. We got great trainers, one of the best in the CI. So they been getting me prepared. They been getting me ready for this Thursday. So I should be well.
Yeah, I was down on the field for the first time this past game. CIAA TV took over the broadcast booth, so I was on field level, and I didn't even know there was a turnover chain. I just learned for the first time last week there was a turnover chain. Is that thing heavy? It looked like it might be kind of heavy. How many times have you worn the turnover chain, Cam?
I wore it one time last season. This year I haven't yet, but it's a good feeling.
Brandon Barnes. I was going to see Brandon Barnes Brown wear the turnover chain for the first time this year, Coach. I know. He'd been complaining nobody was going his direction, and he finally was able to pick one off. Very cool story with you. You went to Jack Brett High School, so you're getting the chance to return home now with the Broncos in your hometown of Fayetteville and play in front of some family and friends. What's it been for you to return home and be with the Broncos this year?
It's been really exciting for me, for real. Real close to family. They're able to come to more of my games than when I was at my last school in Charleston, West Virginia. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's been real good. A lot of culture here, a lot of football, a lot of good football being played here. I like it here.
Let's talk Najiri Peoples. He's back with Chowan now. You got to see plenty of him coach against Wingate, and now he's transferred over to the Chowan program. What sorts of challenges has he brought you guys in the past that you're focused in for this game?
He's a big physical back that plays 4 quarters. He plays 60 minutes, and you're going to have to tackle him for 60 minutes. And our guys know that. We've seen him the last 3 years, and we're going to have to be prepared for that. It's a change of pace from Jada Byers to Peoples, but we're going to have to be prepared for it.
Cam, do you think facing a guy like Byers, who was kind of small, tough to tackle, really shifty in the backfield, does it prepare you at all for another good run game in Chowan coming up this week?
Yeah, it does in a way, but at the same time, if we since we prepared the same as last week and we still come to the game with the same mentality, then we should play well.
Do you think the receivers again will have to kind of have a varied game and get everybody involved in this one, Barry, for success?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We all hungry over here.
Mm-hmm. What are some of your other keys to the game going into this one, Coach?
My keys are always the same. Offensively, we gotta attempt to run the ball, try to establish the run, take care of the football. Defensively, get off the field on 3rd down, and don't shoot ourselves in the foot with unnecessary penalties and things like that. I think last week on that last touchdown, we had an unsportsmanlike and a personal foul on the defense, and they gave them 30 yards of field and helped them go ahead on us. So we're going to have to eliminate the mental mistakes and the mental errors, and I think we'll be fine.
Hey, Coach Richard Hayes, you can see Cam Merrill and Barry Elliott as well on the field this week, Thursday. Chowan Hawks coming into town. Again, a early game with the rain scheduled this week in Fayetteville. But come on out, support the Broncos, Nick Jeralds Stadium, as Week 5 and Week number 3 of the CIAA schedule kicks off. For Andrew Chapman and the entire crew, thanks for tuning in, everybody, to the Pigskin Press Talk.